Hello and welcome to part 3 of From Trauma to Triumph. In today's video, I'll be discussing your healing journey. No one is taught how to heal from a trauma, so it's really scary. People can experience a range of physical, mental, emotional and behavioural reactions, and it can be really upsetting to have reminders of the assault when you're trying to reclaim your normal life again. Some reactions may be triggered by people, by places or things that are connected to the assault, while other reactions may seem to just come from out of the blue. Survivors may experience nightmares. You may have trouble sleeping. You may find that your appetite may change, and you may experience general anxiety or depression. For the first few weeks or months after the assault, you may feel as though your life has been upset and completely turned upside down, and you may be wondering if it will ever be the same again. If you've been sexually assaulted in the past and you've never dealt with that trauma properly, it will affect your present and it will also affect your future. It changes us as people. Particularly remember feeling as though I had been completely destroyed and I needed to rebuild myself and my life again. The world as I knew it had changed completely. It may be difficult for survivors to concentrate, to have relationships, to attend class if you're in school or college, or to focus on work if you're employed. If you're in business, you may not participate in activities that grow your business because you just don't feel good enough. You may self-sabotage just when your business starts growing or when you become more successful in life. You'll get in your own way, and you may do things like procrastinate on a regular basis. You see, it's hard to understand that someone would do this to you and that there is so much pain. I remember struggling to get up and act like normal each and every day, and I was exhausted with putting a brave face on things. I just carried on as if nothing had happened and just hoped and prayed that I'd get over it. Except that wasn't working. I didn't know who I was anymore. I was struggling to cope with each day, and at one point I even called the Samaritans for help. Eventually I had some counselling for a short time, and although I didn't really deal with the emotions, I did find that it really helped to give me some strategies to help me get through each day. Experiencing sexual assault isn't fair, but you did survive. You are stronger and you're more courageous than you probably even realise. There is no blueprint for healing. It is on your own time schedule and it is in your own way. You are in charge. Sexual assault is not something that anybody will ever get over in their lifetime. Instead, it becomes an experience that you can learn to live with. Recovering from sexual assault takes time and it can be painful, but it is possible to regain your sense of control, to rebuild your self-worth, to learn to heal and to live your life again. We are all capable of healing the wounds we carry with us, and although there are no simple steps to healing, I have 3 ideas that I'd like to share with you to help you in your healing journey. So first of all, number 1 is to consider getting support from supportive friends and family. Supportive friends and family are invaluable when it comes to your healing process. According to Psychology Today, supportive healing relationships, such as those that validate and respect your life experiences and recovery path, are a key part of trauma recovery, especially for those healing from childhood trauma. I only wish that I didn't wait so long to tell my parents what had happened to me. At the time, I felt as though I was making the best decision for me, but actually this decision was based on emotion. I felt ashamed and I felt embarrassed, and I did not want to bring this to my parents. I didn't want to hurt them because I knew that them finding out what had happened to me would hurt them deeply, and I did not want them to feel that pain. I also did not want to report the rape that I experienced, and I didn't want to go through the prosecution process or drag my parents through that too. The thought of it was just too much for me to cope with. I told myself that I was protecting my parents, but what I was doing instead was preventing them from protecting and supporting me in my healing process. Only you can decide if and when to tell your family. Many people find it really hard to disclose this to their parents, but ultimately they do find that their parents' love and support is really helpful to them in their healing process. There may be times where you feel really alone and isolated, and it really can make all the difference to have someone with you who cares about you. Number 2 is to talk about it. Talking about it is a really important healing tool, and it's a key part of your healing process, but it's also very hard to do. In fact, it's common to want to avoid conversations and situations that may remind you of what happened. I didn't want to speak at all about anything for days, and actually I went completely mute. You may also have a sense of just wanting to get on with your life and to leave the past in the past. This is all completely normal, and talking will help you to feel better. Shame, fear, and doubt thrive in secrecy. So eventually you'll need to deal with fears and those feelings in order to heal and regain a sense of control over your life again. Choose when, where, and with who you want to speak with the assault about, and set limits by only disclosing information that feels safe for you to reveal. Even if you feel that no one can understand your personal situation, there are those out there who want to help and support you through this challenging time. You are in charge. Seek help if you're struggling and need help dealing with your trauma. There is so much support out there if you prefer to speak with someone who doesn't know you and help you to heal. So I personally called the Samaritans, who were absolutely fantastic. And there are also some other amazing organisations out there, such as Rape Crisis, Victim Support, the Survivors Trust, many more, and you can find them on the internet. There are also professionals who are able to help, including counsellors, specialist coaches, psychologists, and therapists. There are many roads that you can choose, and I found a specialist coach to be the best for me personally. I found it so helpful that I trained in the same skills so that I can then help other survivors through their healing journey too. Everyone is different, and it's important you find what works best for you and find the right person for you that will help you on your healing journey. So research all of the options that are available to you and choose what you think is best for you. Number 3 is to surround yourself with positive people. Healing is a vulnerable process, so make sure you limit exposure to invalidating or unsupportive people and set boundaries if you need to. You have to put yourself and your healing first, so feel free to limit or eliminate contact with people who don't respect your feelings or acknowledge the demands of your healing process. Hang out with people you trust who affirm your strengths and bring joy to your life. It's important to stay connected to life and the people you care about you. Be with those people who can make you laugh and who can even help you to forget about things for a short while. Support doesn't mean that you always have to talk about or dwell on what happened. And actually, having fun and laughing with people who care about you can be equally healing. You may feel tempted to withdraw from social activities and your loved ones, so participate in social activities even if you don't feel like it. Make the effort to reconnect with old friends again if you've lost touch. And make new friends by taking a class or joining a club to meet others with similar interests. So I hope these ideas help you. And that brings us to the end of part 3 of From Trauma to Triumph. I'll see you soon for part 4, where we'll discuss getting back on track and the 5 vital elements I consider as integral to reclaiming your life again.